Fox News alert: the Republican National Committee now responding to Hillary Clinton's meeting with the FBI today, issuing this statement reading, quote, Hillary Clinton has just taken the unprecedented step of becoming the first major party presidential candidate to be interviewed by the FBI as part of a criminal investigation surrounding her reckless conduct. That the FBI wanted her for questioning reinforces her central role in deliberately creating a culture which put her own political ambitions above State Department rules and jeopardized our national security.
All right, so what about the legal implications of all this? We're going to bring in David Bruno, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor and trial attorney, and Alex Ozols, criminal defense attorney. Welcome to you both. All right, it's a huge day. David, I'm going to start with you. Meeting with the FBI, Hillary Clinton, and answering these questions is a big deal no matter who you are.
Absolutely.
Hillary Clinton says she was pleased to have the opportunity to do this. What do you think of that language?
That's nothing but political spin. I mean, this is not good for Hillary Clinton whatsoever. There are so many problem areas that could have been questioned that she has to be concerned. And this is a violation of rule number 1 for criminal defense attorneys. You know, when you're a target of an investigation, you invoke your right to remain silent. And that was an option for her. She had to choose either invoke her right to remain silent or give this statement. And she had to for her to continue politically, absolutely. So that was a big dilemma for her.
Alex is another criminal defense attorney, and if you were her attorney, what do you tell her to do at this meeting? You know, you don't ever want your client giving any information that could come back to bite them, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I was her attorney, there's no way I would tell her to talk with them. I would say to her, there's absolutely no way you can say anything to these officials. I don't want them trying to build a case against her. I don't want them spinning anything that, you know, she's saying to them. But if I were her campaign manager, that's a whole other story. I'd be telling her, you have to talk. Because if she doesn't talk, then there's the implication that she's hiding something, and that would ruin her trust with America.
And David, what do you make of all the timing of this? Okay, so first we're seeing this finally happen just before the conventions at the end of the month, and second, she spent 3.5 hours. What does that tell you, if anything, about what happened behind these closed doors?
You know, I'm actually surprised it only took 3.5 hours. I would have thought that it would take a whole day or multiple days with all of the possible emails that would have to be gone over. I mean, she provided 55,000 emails as a result of the FOIA request. And one of the huge danger areas, actually, is earlier this week, we found out that 34 emails were actually deleted and not turned over in the 55,000 that were on Uma Abedin's account. So I'm surprised it didn't take longer. Why only 3.5 hours?
I mean, I guess there's potential that there could be more meetings, right?
Absolutely, sure. It can, but I would think that it would have taken longer today.
Okay. Alex, you know, we've got to talk about the private meeting between former President Bill Clinton and Attorney General Loretta Lynch. It's the other big political topic people can't get enough of today. So what do you think the fallout will be on this for Hillary Clinton and this investigation?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of strange that Bill Clinton met with the Attorney General beforehand, and that, to me, the only real thing I can say about that is strange. But when you look into this further, now a lot of the American public is probably thinking, okay, they're closing in on Hillary Clinton. This is when they're gonna make the arrest. They're gonna do this. That's why she's having the interview. But a lot of the times this happens, and the FBI is doing this to kind of put on a show, to show the people that they're investigating this. However, I think there's just as much of a likelihood of a chance that in a couple weeks, the FBI may say, we did this, we researched it, she's cleared of everything.
Wow.
The Clintons are a very powerful family. There's been millions and millions of dollars invested in this campaign. I would say for them to arrest her at this point is little to none.
Okay, well, David, your thoughts on this private meeting on the plane. What do you think this means for the career of Lynch?
Well, it's a problem for me, and it has been since I first heard. I mean, the transparency of investigations needs to be critical in general, but more so in this particular case, where America is watching. We have a presumptive candidate that is a target of a federal investigation, and we have a former president speaking to the head of the DOJ. Problematic, and I was surprised that she didn't recuse herself after hearing this information.
All right, guys, we got to leave it there. Thank you so much for being with us today on this historic day in politics.
Thank you. Happy 4th.
Happy 4th.